Hey everyone, Sophia here from mygreatchallenge.blogspot.com. Something totally different today. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know I've adopted a baby, or rather rescued a baby blue jay. However, this little guy, though he's almost ready to take flight and be released, is not completely ready to be released. So I have to take him out of the kitchen and put him into a bigger temporary housing. So here I am back in the garage, and today I'm going to build the temporary housing for my birds, which is pretty much going to be a 3x3 aviary type. Before I show you how I'm going to construct this, I have to give you a list of supplies. So I have a whole bunch, I think it's 16 altogether, of 2x3s. They're going to be the post and the main structure for my aviary. That's how we're going to call it. I have galvanized chicken wire right here. I have some galvanized staples. These are rust-proof to attach the chicken wire onto the wood. I have a bunch of galvanized angle brackets, screws, and I clamped a big piece of plywood onto my table because this is a little bit wobbly, and when you bang onto the table it kind of bounces back. So this is pretty much going to give me a harder surface to work on. Step number one, I'm going to create the corner support. You may think this is crazy, but this is actually going to be 8 feet tall. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want it about 4 feet off the ground, and the whole rest is going to be 4 feet this way. So that's going to allow him, with the door being open, to take flight. And if he wants to come back and permanently live in there, he can. If he wants to just take off and not come back, that's fine. I'll just take down the whole thing. But just to let you know, it's going to be on feet. So I have 4 big posts that are going to go in the corners, and then I have to do the rest of the armatures, and pretty much like you do the corners for a house when you use 2x4s or 4x4s. I'm going to use those angle irons bracket to just basically sister and pair all of those boards together. So I'm ready to do my first corner, and basically I put my 2x3s like this. I have a clamp over here to hold them together. I'm going to pre-drill about 8 to 10 holes throughout the entire length, and I'm just using galvanized nails to hold them together. So here I have one corner down, right, like this. I have 3 more to go. I'm ready to move on to the next step. Now that I have all 4 of my corners and legs, I have to measure the chicken wire. So this is 36 inch. I need to put a piece of wood right here on the inside, right? There'll be another one here that I'll use as a nailer, but there's going to be one that goes from here all the way to the other side. Okay, so my chicken wire is 36 inches, and I need to put the wire from here on center to here on center. So this is 2.5, so I need to do 36 plus 2.5. That way I have 38.5 for the entire length here. That will allow me to have my 36 going right there. Ready to assemble my first side. So as I said, I'm putting the 38.5, which is the one I'm moving right now, right here in the corner there. And what I'm going to do, if it would just stay still for a second, I'm going to nail it from the underside here, because this is closer to half of this board rather than here. If I was nailing it, let me move it, if I was nailing it from here, I have much less. So for the sake of having something sturdier and durability, I'm gonna have to nail it from here. So I have one inner corner done, and I just want to show you what I did here. Alright, so in order for me to be able to support this, because remember I'm just working by myself here, I actually drilled screws here in that bracket to hold it together. Once that was done, I flipped my board and I inserted the 2 nails here to give it a little bit more strength, and then I added one more right here. Alright, so that's the inner corner, and then you got to remember that once I put the chicken wire, there's going to be another piece of wood right here that I'm going to use as a nailer, and the chicken wire is going to be over the one on top and the one here. Once I got the chicken wire over the whole wood here, it's going to give it even more strength. So I just have to do the other corner over there and then the other side, and then I'll be able to do the lengths. And I have one side done. I leaned it against the car, so remember the way I did the angle here, and here's what it looks like on the inside, if you can see that. For the one that goes at the bottom, I basically did the same thing. Put a angle right here, screwed it in, and then I got a mishap here with a nail. I put 2 nails here and one the other way. So basically it's giving me this structure here, and this is pretty much 36 by 36, so that's the short side. And then the legs are going to be here, so when you stand this thing, it goes really, really, really high. I think I'm probably going to cut about 1.5 feet to almost 2 feet, because it's a little bit too high. I'm going to have trouble getting to the bird all the way on top if I need to. So, yep, let me make another one and then move on to the long sides. Alright, well, like they said, measure twice, cut once. I made a mistake. These were supposed to be 36, not 38.5, so I had to redo. See, I had to take out everything and reinstall them, but now I'm good. They're 36 and they are on center, so now I have to attach the second one. So the second ones are going to go this way, and the bracket is going to go that way. So I've got to cut them at 36, because remember this is 36 by 36. I'm making basically a cube. I just have to do the same process, which is cutting them, drilling, and putting the screws in, and then from the back here, where you see my finger move, all the way to this area right here, I have to put a galvanized nail just to give it a little bit extra sturdiness. Alright, so this is done. Well, not entirely. I have this whole row right here. That's done. That's technically the bottom part of the aviary temporary housing. I still have to do the ones that go here and here, so that's just 2 pieces. So once I have all of the extra boards here affixed, then I have to frame the door and attach the wire to it, at which point I'll have to affix the door to one of the main frames. I still have to put the nailers here, the pieces of wood right here. I may run out of wood and have to go to Home Depot, I don't know. Yeah, I still have a lot to do. So I'm done with putting the bottom ones, and I've decided that, you see that piece of wood right here that I have? That's a leftover from the lettuce bed. I'm going to use that as the top of my temporary bird cage, and that's going to be protecting it from the elements. Right now I need to cut the nailers, so I'm going to have more of those pieces that are going to go right here in the front. So they're going to go from here all the way to there, and then same thing on the outside here and there. So altogether it's 4 here for the bottom, and then I need 4 here for the top as well. Alright, so I'm back. This is actually day number 2. Here's my frame. It's actually sideways right now. Yesterday I finished the inner boards. I wanted to show you the nailers right here. So I put 2 of them. You can probably see it better here. And what I'm doing right now is cutting the side supports. So it's just a matter of doing 45-degree angles, and it's not going directly into the corner right here, because obviously I don't know how to cut, and that's alright. So it's just going there. I'm gonna nail it from the top into this and do the same thing over there. I may toe nail them, which is basically nailing them at an angle, And the reason why I'm doing those side bars right here is so that it gives more support to the overall structure, so it doesn't wobble back and forth like it is still doing right now. So I have my side bars right here that are in diagonal. I have one on the other side. And for the other sides, instead of doing them in diagonal, I'm doing them straight like this. And here's the other one over there. And the reason why I'm doing that is because one of them is actually going to be the support for the door. So there's going to be a door right here that opens up from the top to the bottom like this. So it's going to swivel forward so that the bird can come out and go back in if he wants to, whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead. I already toenailed them, and you just saw that. So now I'm just putting my brackets on the sides here for additional support. So I'm just going to go ahead and screw those in. So we've moved the whole thing and finished still on the deck. It's going to go all the way in the corner over there, and it's flush with the privacy wall here. So this is the height of it. This is where the door is going to be opening this way, right? So right now what I'm going to do is add more of those brackets at corners that I believe are going to be weak. Even though this is only, again, temporary, I still want it to be not wobbly at all and kind of solid, because God forbid the bird decides that he wants to come back here every night. This is going to be here for a while, so I need to make sure it's really sturdy. Here I am back. This is the bottom. I just added those 2 bars right here for extra support at the bottom, and it's also going to allow me to have the wire secured on top so that it doesn't sag at the bottom. And I am starting to make the door. So for the door, it's pretty easy. I have short ends right here and long ends, and it's pretty much going to be fitting in this frame right here with hinges here, and a little latch all the way on top here, so when you open it, the door kind of like opens this way, so that way birds can come out in and out if he pleases. All I need to do now is put those brackets here at the corner, over here and over here, and nail them in, or maybe I'll put more brackets, I don't know. I think I'm just going to do it on the inside and then toenail these boards into one another. Alright, the door is on. I put the chicken wire already, and it's just a matter of putting tacks here at an angle and, you know, cut it to size. Hinges are on, and then I added this little latch right here, so when you open the latch, the door comes down this way and can pretty much stay that way, so that way birds can come in and out. And then while he's not yet ready to be released into the wild, just close the latch, and that's it. The area is 3 by 3 by 4, so there's plenty to fly without damaging wings, and kind of like, you know, learn to hop around and then jump from level to level. And here you go. And this is the outside aviary. For those of you who have parrots, canaries, parakeets, whatever, other types of birds that you keep inside, but you have beautiful weather outside throughout the summer, you can put them in there. It was not that easy to build, but if you take your time, you're actually going to be okay. The bottom part here is wire, because that way you don't have to clean it too much. I did put some aluminum foil. You're supposed to use flashing, but I put aluminum foil on the bars right here. That way if there's poop or anything, I can just spray and it cleans. Trying to make sure that I don't have wire like here that's poking out, because that could be damaging to your bird. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just have to put a perch right here, or maybe several level of perches. Put a bird box here with a nest, you know, and then you have all the space that you need to attach your foods, like your millet and then the calcium stone, so that it can sharpen their beak. But otherwise, yep, if you have a parrot or any kind of those birds that people keep, you can have your bird with you on your porch during the summer month, by simply having this little contraption here. Now, if you don't want to use this for a bird, you can always use it for rabbits. You just have to put a different level over here. And then the other thing, or chicken, whatever, it's a coop basically, but the other thing I plan on doing with this is covering it with plastic, transparent plastic, and add shelves. And in the late winter month I'll start doing my seeds for the garden, so that way I can open this, have the sun come through, and then start all of my seeds next year instead of purchasing them from the store. Alright, so I'm exhausted. This was 2 very full days for me. This is a temporary aviary for your deck. If you have, like I said, if you have bird, this is perfect to put on your deck in the summer months. That way they can be with you, take some sunshine. You can bring a bath in it. You can do whatever you want. Cover it in the at night if you have chilly nights, but basically temporary, movable, and not a big deal to build. Alright? Hi, Willie.
Hi.
Okay, this was Sophia from mygreatchallenge.blogspot.com. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video, subscribe if you're new, and I will talk to you later. Bye!